Well, it's quite a nice winter day. Temperatures are sitting at about minus 15 degrees Celsius right now. We do have some wind rolling through the area. For that reason, I'm hiking deep into this forest, hoping that this thick bush is going to help cut down that wind. So I'm going to carry on and find a place to set up camp. I've hiked pretty far back into this forest. The wind doesn't seem to be quite as bad back here. Come across this little open area that should make for a pretty good camp. When it's this cold out, the first thing I like to do is get my fire going, rather than messing around trying to find different types of tinder or processing wood down to get fine kindling. Really easy way to get your fire going is with these dead spruce branches. Simply collect a bunch of them so that they're all facing the same way. Thicker end of the branch is on one side, and the fine tips are on the other. All you gotta do is fold this in half, bunch it up. Now we have all of our fine sticks or the fine ends of the twigs on one side, then a little bit bigger fuel on the other side. We're going to lay this down with the fine stuff on the bottom, light it from the bottom side. That way the flames will rise up and eventually ignite our larger fuel on top. Then we can just continually add to it. Now, whenever you go to light your tinder bundle, you should always have 100% confidence that it's going to light off one match, or just a few seconds of your lighter, or strike of your ferro rod. In this case, with this dry twig bundle, I think we're going to be looking pretty good. This was a pretty easy fire to get going. On top of my twig bundle, I just threw all the debris that I cleared from my campsite here, and it took right off. There was a few good dry pieces of wood in there, so we got a lot of good heat now. Feels good. I really enjoy having my fire going once I get to my campsite. Just makes it a lot more comfortable out here. Along with the heat, it also brings the smoke, which is nice because I can watch which way the wind's blowing it and figure out the direction of the wind, which is going to help me get my shelter set up properly. I like to keep the wind blowing parallel with the opening of my shelter. I find that way I'm less likely to get smoked out. It usually just blows the smoke away versus it getting drafted or blown into my shelter. So I'm thinking I'm going to be able to leave my fire right here and set my shelter up just behind me. Setting up the shelter was actually really easy. I wasn't too sure how this was going to work out with the ridge pole out back. I've never done this before. I've set my tarp up like this before with a ridge pole out front to hold the peak up, or running a rope between two trees acting as a ridge line to secure the peak to, but this is really nice, just having the entire front of the shelter open, not having a pole in front. And it's quite spacious inside, definitely enough room for me. I've got a little bit of a gap at the base of the walls here. Not a big deal. When I go to cut my wood for the night, I'll cut a couple extra pieces and just set it on the ends here. That'll keep those down and stop any draft from cooling me down throughout the night. We're gonna have a big bright fire out front. We got the makings for a pretty comfortable night out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the camp set up and then get busy collecting firewood. this should be not too bad at all. Alright, I got about an hour left of daylight, so I gotta get busy getting some firewood. Well, that is about it for daylight. Got some snow melting in my pot so I can have myself a drink. And I need a little bit of water for my supper tonight too. So, yeah, name of the game now is relax by the fire. The hard work's done. Got a nice little stash of wood ready to go for the night. Hopefully it's enough. It should be. But I got a few other tricks I'm going to do to stay nice and warm tonight. So all in all, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good night for me. So get some snow melted down and then, yeah, time to eat some supper. I'm getting hungry. Alright, so I got my pan Bannock mix here. Pull the ash off my lid so I don't get a bunch in here. Now my water is just barely warm. I did warm up my pan a little bit over the fire. Obviously, mixing a dough in freezing conditions is kind of tricky, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this done despite the cold. Alright, that worked out pretty good. The dough is, I'd say, just barely warm, so we should still get a pretty good rise out of it. Alright, let's get to cooking. Got a nice little bed of coals up under my fire here, so I'm going to try and cook over. Try and keep this nice low heat though. Just want to cook this pan bread nice and slow. Start with that, see how it goes. While my pan bannock finishes up, I will cook the rest of my meal. Keeping it pretty simple tonight. Just got a few pepperoni sticks. Gonna roast them up. Well, the pan bannock turned out absolutely perfect. I'd say one of the better loaves I've ever made. Give it a cut here. Look at that. Beautiful. Cut it open. Got my pepperonis here, they cooked up real nice. Alright, I am excited for this. Bannock turned out excellent. Whew. That definitely hits the spot. Oh man. Whew. Pepperoni's got some spice to it. Need a little tea. Whew. That's good. This is absolutely fantastic. What a great night. Well, we are officially past the minus 20 degrees Celsius mark. Doesn't feel like it though. This fire's putting off some real nice heat. It's starting to spread out now, so we're getting the length that we want. Gonna be radiating in that heat across my entire body tonight. Feels pretty good sitting in the shelter. So I'm just gonna relax, enjoy the rest of the night, drink some tea, smoke my pipe a little. So in addition to my bright fire here, putting off lots of heat, I've also got this hot water bottle. A very inexpensive piece of gear, something that's very light, easy to carry in your pack. Fill it up with hot water. I'm going to put this one down by my feet. I've also got fresh socks on, 2 pairs of wool socks. So 2 layers of wool on my feet, sleeping underneath of 2 layers of wool. I've got 4 layers on my lower body, 4 layers on my upper body. So with this fire, hot water bottle, my sleep gear, I should be in for quite a comfortable night. It's getting pretty late, so I'm gonna call it a day, try to get some sleep, and hopefully it's a good night. So I will talk with you guys in the morning. Good morning. Temperature is minus 26 degrees right now. The coldest that it got throughout the night was minus 28 degrees, so not too bad. Fire stayed burning good all night. Had to get up twice throughout the night to shuffle the logs around, stoke it up, but kept it burning bright and hot. I had no issues sleeping out here. That hot water bottle kept my feet plenty warm. It was a real comfortable night out here. So I got my kettle, melting some snow. Need a little bit of water for my breakfast this morning. Gonna be cooking up a tasty little treat. So I'm gonna be making a fry bread. Here in Canada we have a little treat called beaver tails, which is a little twist on a fry bread. So to start, I've got half a cup of flour in here. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm also going to add 3 teaspoons of white sugar. Give those a quick mix up. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of butter to our dry mix. We're going to mix this up until it's a dry crumble. I tried to soften this butter a bit over the fire, so hopefully it breaks down fairly easily for me. Now we're going to add about half a teaspoon of vanilla to this mix as well. Now we want to add just enough water so we get a thick dough forming. So this is the consistency we're looking for, just a thick dough, not too wet, not too sticky. So I'm going to fry this up over a medium heat. I think right about there should do. Just got lard in there. Should be good. There we go. These turned out perfect. To finish them off, just going to sprinkle them with cinnamon sugar. Well, I am so excited for this. These turned out absolutely perfect. Oh man. Oh. That is absolutely fantastic. Wow. Mmm. Well, that was fantastic breakfast. Exactly what I needed this morning here. Well, that's about all I had planned for this trip. I think now I'm just going to sit here, relax by the fire, enjoy the peace and quiet a little more, and then I'll get busy packing up and hitting the trail. If you guys have stuck with me till the end here, really appreciate you watching. Appreciate you tuning in, showing your support. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been a really, really good trip. An easy trip. Usually things don't go quite as smooth as they have, but this has been a really good one. So thank you guys for watching. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Until then, God bless and happy trails.